Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. So today we're making egusi soup. This egusi soup does not require any frying. This is how to make lumpy egusi soup. I'm going to show you how easy it is to make. Plus we're going to be making some pounded yam to send it down. So if you're interested, you want to keep watching. This is a cook with me video, so sit back, relax, let's get started. Alright, so to make this no fry egusi soup, I'm using some uziza seed. This adds a lot of flavor to this dish, so please do not skip it. I'm going to blend it into powder before we use it. I also have 1 bulb of onion. I've got some seasoning cubes, some salt. I have crayfish and ugiri right there. I have some Cameroon pepper. You can also use fresh pepper. This pepper is hot. It can make somebody go mad. I'm not even going to use everything because my kids are going to be eating this food. I'm also using red bell pepper. Over here I have the egusi, which is the star of the dish, and I have picked it and blown it. You know how we blow it in a tray so that there's no chaff. I've done all that. I'm also going to use some dry fish, some okporoko. I was contemplating whether to use this okporoko or not, and I ended up not using it because I did not have strength for that okporoko. I also have some smoked chicken. You guys, smoked chicken in egusi soup is delicious. It gives you that bushmeat vibe, you know, nchi. So I always like to add it. For the vegetable, I'm using uziza leaves. You can use pumpkin leaves, you can use kale as well, but I was not feeling all that jazz today, so I'm going to stick with uziza leaves. And I love the aroma and flavor it adds to this dish. Remember, we have uziza seeds as well, so that one plus this one is the best combo ever. We have some palm oil. For the protein, I have goat meat. You can also use beef or anyone you like, but for me, I just think goat meat adds a lot of flavor to egusi soup, so I'm using that. I'm also going to use some cow skin, which have been pre-cooked already, and some snails. Finally, I have uso or oso. Even though egusi is a thickener on its own, sometimes I just like to grace my taste buds with the taste of this uso also. I really love the aroma it adds to egusi soup, so yeah, I'm going to be adding that. So now that everything is set, let's start cooking. So to begin, I'm going to cook the meat, and to do that, I'm going to slice half of the onion. Well, not half, just a little bit. Egusi is one soup I know that loves onion, so you can never go wrong with adding just a little more onion to your egusi soup. So I'm adding the meat now into the pot, just the goat meat. Like I said, the cow skin was already pre-cooked, so I'll add that later. I've added the onions now. Next, I'll add the seasoning cubes. I've been loving this brand of seasoning cubes lately. Well, not lately, I always use this brand for soups. So I'm going to add that, and then add a little bit of salt and just a little bit of water. Cover and let it steam for about 15 minutes while I go ahead and do some prepping. So my new logo is from Achu. Achu designed this logo, and you guys, that guy is very hardworking. I love to see hardworking young men trying to make ends meet. I'm going to leave all his information in the description box, so please reach out to him. He's very patient and he'll give you what you want. In fact, we kept going back and forth, but this guy was just patient with me. So I'm going to leave all his details in the description box. So I have added the egusi into the blender now. I'm going to add some of the uso. I'm adding just 2 tablespoons. This also can thicken your egusi soup. And remember, the egusi soup is also a thickener on its own, so you want to be careful with it. Next, I've added a little bit of the crayfish into the melon seed. I'm going to blend the remaining one with a dry mill and add it to the soup later. So with this egusi, what I did was I washed it myself and then dried it out, but I don't think it was completely dry. So when I was blending it, at a point it stuck to the blender. The blade stopped turning. So what I did was go in with a spoon and push everything down, but actually it was smooth enough at this point. I'm just going to blend one more time, and